draw the energy. I was gonna say I was gonna draw the energy of ants because there were some ants hanging out right here, and then I started thinking, oh wait, I can't do that. That's unauthentic. But that's making my entire career, my entire life unauthentic. And then I started thinking, and then I started thinking that I was starting to say that I was, like, I'm telling the story of something I'm thinking about whenever I'm currently thinking about it. Whenever you're telling any story, it's because you are currently thinking of, you're currently experiencing that, those feelings, those sensations, those moments. Whenever you consume any form of art, any form of anything, that's what's going on, is you are experiencing that moment, even if that moment is in the past or in the future or in the present. It is that moment. I almost titled this watch all my previous videos, because I probably say everything it is that I need to say. So maybe I'm just done here, and that's totally a joke, because I know that I'm going to continue perpetuating myself and my predicament and myself. And is there really any a choice? That's what we're all doing, is we're trying to, here. I'm gonna talk here. Is we're trying to perpetuate ourself and the system, and oh 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 no, hope I don't get lost in the bugs again. No, I do. I don't care. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get lost in the bugs. Oh wow. But yeah, Cha- see? Oh, you see? You're saying change is the only constant. But what I'm saying is, it seems it seems as though it's not changing. How it's stagnant. It's like a feeling of stagnantness. But I know that that is an illusory feeling. I know that most of the feelings are illusory feelings. But what was I initially saying? I was initially saying that I feel like I cannot be unauthentic. Everything I say in all of my expressions are completely authentic to what I feel to be right. Now, can I stop channeling the energy of everything else and try to channel the energy of my drawings into everything else? That seems like that would be a beneficial step, because the energy of the drawings is, no matter what happens, no matter which path, direction that's taken, it works out. But it's like that here. But that is the issue. That is the issue, not is the separation between the vibes that's being absorbed and the vibes that's being felt, given off, and channeled and changed and transformed, is there being a separation between that? Because there's not a separation. But then there's feelings that arise of none of this that's going on makes any sense. None of it. While simultaneously it does. Because TPTB created a system to stagnation. It's up to you to change it. Oh, TBTB? How do I know what that means? That stands for the powers that be. The powers that be? Okay. Here's all the feelings. Here's all the feelings that be currently. All the feelings that be currently are feelings of, like I said, illusory. And because all these people, all of you guys, all of you empty little empty shells of infinity just kind of moving around. None of you seem to have any substance. None of you seem to really be tapped in to what's going on. Like these ants do. But I'm not even gonna compare. I'm not even gonna compare you to ants, okay? I'm not. I'm just gonna say that this is gonna come out. He's gonna come out in this way. Everything is a distraction from something else. We're just a bunch of creators trying to create this reality, this existence. Okay, hey. Do not have shame for your doubts. And your intuitions. Because they're your doubts and your intuitions. But if you can't figure it out, my doubts and my intuitions are saying, if you can't figure it out, and this little noggin, how are you going to benefit anything else? Figure it out in this little noggin. And then go out and express. But that's not what this is happening. That's not what's going on here. See? This seems like complete nonsense. It really does. It really does. But what it is, pretty much, is a message saying that I know what you're going through. I know what's going on. Just trying to channel it out into these drawings and speak a little while that happens. But the speaking the speaking is a representation of the mind, of the brain, and the brain is a representation of the mind, which is a representation of the rest of everything else, because the mind is everything else. So I am authentic because, but what is this? What is authenticity? Authenticity seems to be just whatever feels right, just whatever feels true, whatever reigns true to your experience. But my thing is, I want to be formless with that. I want to be formless with what can be true, what can be real. And the powers that be, I just know that I am the powers that be. But all these people all around me are always talking about, oh, the powers that be have done this. And I'm thinking, no, they didn't. And then I'm thinking, oh, well, maybe they did. Maybe they did. And maybe this formlessness is too formless. But it's not, okay? It's not. It's not formless enough. Because if it was formless enough, it would be so formless that it would take form in any moment. Oh, I guess that's what's happening. It's taking form in this moment. Taking form in this moment. So the authenticity, the power that is here and now, it's up to us to move the energy and switch shit up. Ugh. Oh, I got dirt all over my stomach. Yeah, it's up to us. But when we're so dang formless and we're so dang seemingly just ungrounded up in the clouds, away from any sort of linear direction, it initially seems as though that's a problem. And we won't be able to create and switch things up. Now, I propose we don't just switch things up, but but there's another way of switching things up. There's the way that you really want to switch things up. And that is through this. Okay, this is just what's coming to me right now. And that is through your perception and your perspective of what it is that you're trying to switch up. Like I say, me sitting here, talking just sounds like like a rabbit hole of trippy. Where can I? Whoa, whoa! Did that really happen? I just I was just talking and then then it just stopped. And that's what happens with everyone trying to switch shit up, trying to change things, trying to change their own mind, trying to change themselves, trying to judge themselves, trying to have any sort of stability at all when you're liquid. We are liquid. Are we in a cup? Are we in a cup? Are we liquid in a cup? Or what? Or are we liquid in a... Or are we liquid just in the air? Liquid in the air? Not in the air. The air is in the air is in space. The air is in the space. Oh, look at that fly. The fly is also in the space. You're in the space. And what is the space? The space is the spirit. The space is Akasha. You know, that's what they call it. They have so many names for it. The air is in the space, and the liquid is also in the space. Your face is in the space. Ah, in the spirit. Your soul is in the spirit. Your body is in the soul. And all of that is in the mind. Now, what was I getting at? More than change is simply waking up to the truth that is inside and all around. Was that exactly what I was talking about? Was it? Waking up to that truth that is inside and all around? Is that exactly what was being spoken on? The truth that's inside and all around? That you are the truth that's inside and all around? That you are the power to be? And if you really have a problem, that problem can be switched. And what I'm kind of just doing is, you know, I have a problem of, like, I'm thinking that there's problems, and then I start talking, and I realize that that's why there's problems. That's why there's problems. Because they're just, it's balance. Okay? It's balance. And it's entertainment. It's entertainment. Concepts flow out, and it's entertainment. You sit there, you sit there and think. You think about what you need to do, what you need to be, who you need to be, where you need to go, da 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 da, and it's or you sit and you listen to other people do it. You sit and you listen to other people do it, and it sparks. It's they give you inspiration. Their vibes rub off into your vibe, and it expands your vibe, and your vibe becomes. I won't. I'm not. I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I'm gonna go ahead and say your vibe becomes greater because of because of that, because of that connection you have. Whether that connection be the connection with the so-called powers that be, which are just vibes that have expanded. All they are is vibes that have expanded. Expanded greater. They've got traction. They've done things that have gained them expansion. But you're connecting with them. You listen to some Illuminati music talking about money and like talking about money and love and sex, energy and connection, because all it is expression. Yeah, it's controlling your mind, but everything is controlling your mind. Okay? I say, is this just the perspective of somebody who's being mind controlled that's saying this? That's saying, yo, you don't have to, you're not mind controlled, because mind control is all there is. It's the mind controlling itself. If you're being controlled by anything else, it's you controlling you. Because everything is the same. Because everything is one, and I'm playing here in a system of myself. I'm playing in a system of myself that believes otherwise. Because anybody else, ooh, ooh, look at those seashells, look at that. Look at that pine cone. That's a giant pine cone. That's how big my pine cone is. Anyway. Yeah. So anytime you're battling yourself, or you come across any sort of life experience or like person advocating something that just doesn't rub you right, you came across that because that's still within you. It's still within you, and it's still a down, deep down, it's still a subconscious perception inside, inside, inside of your, inside. Oh, geez. Now I'm thinking about inside, outside, inside, outside, upside, this side, all sides. There are no sides because it's all a circle, a bunch of circles stacked up on top of each other. A bunch of circles stacked up on top of each other is a spiral. And I think, every time I've done this, every time I've talked, every time I've thinked, I know that there's certain expressions I'm having that are, all the expressions are authentic representations, of vibrations. And that's what the drawings are. That's what the language is. That's what any of this is. Yo, I'm trying to zoom in on those flowers over there. More than change is simply waking up to the truth that is inside and all around. How to wake up? Get the energy moving. Get the breath free. The mind clear, releasing fear. Direct experience, felt connections. Literally what I just said. Okay, but the direct experience, what, what, I think about that. I think about what classifies direct experience. If you're looking at art, are you directly experiencing that art? If you're consuming that art of any fashion, art of any form, are you the one who is directly experiencing that? Or is that a secondhand experience? I say all experience is experience. And we don't need to really dice it up into first hand, second hand, third hand, fourth hand. Uh, but on each hand, there's multiple fingers. Do you have first finger experience? Like, does each hand have subdivisions? Like first hand experience, second hand experience? Does it have subdivisions? Like, is there really, does each finger go further in and you say first finger experience, second finger experience, third finger experience? We could really divide it. If we wanted to, we could really dive experience to that level of intensity and classification. And what stops us? What stops us? The concept of laziness, the concept of resistance. Ooh, I just got reminded. Distance. Distance rhymes with resistance. Where'd that pen go? Uh, but yeah, direct experience. Yeah, I mean, when you have a whole, like what we have here currently is a whole society. Like, I know what you mean by direct experience. Direct experience would be like, I'm not out here watching somebody philosophize. I'm philosophizing. So, are you currently watching me? Is that a second-hand experience? I don't think so. I think it is a first-hand experience of philosophizing with me, because as I go on a mind trip, you also go on a mind trip that I am guiding you through. I mean, I'm not. Is guiding you through? Is that the correct word for, if you go to the films, if you go to the movies and you watch something, are you being guided through an experience? If you consume any form of art, you're being guided through an experience? A first-hand experience? If you get in a roller coaster, it's the same sort of thing. It's the same sort of thing. I don't think there's anything outside of direct experience. But then we go and we think, oh, but maybe there is. Maybe we've got a whole society of people that have been raised off of secondhand experience. Oh, wait, that's what any sort of knowledge, information, education is that information is expanding on information, is giving information, passing it down, guiding a society of people through life in order to expand their own experience and their own perceptions and their own life, because we as individuals are extensions of who was before us. So the arts, culture, entertainment, education that we consumed. Now, ooh, ooh, ooh. Now, I would say I was getting at the rebuttal here. The rebuttal here would be we have a whole society of people raised on television, on cartoons. Is that is that wrong? The raised wrong. The people that made that art, made that expression, because whatever the art is mind control. Is mind control. It's just whether or not you are okay with that form of mind control being consumed. And then, but if you're not okay with it, if it doesn't really meet up with your own mind control, your own biases, your own experience of what even just other people telling you that, just like other like ideas, other possibilities of other realities, other existences. No, that's not. No, I mean, what? Yeah, yes, no. Who? Where? Um, it seems to be greater, but truly it is just feeling what is always there, the connection between you and me, between us all, both. Okay. Yes, there's connection. Yeah. Okay. The perception of that experience, how we perceive, how we. I was reading perception, experience, and I was perception, experience, and existence. Just yeah. See, we use the same words, we use the same concepts over and over, and that's the mind control. That's the mind control is toys, is playing with toys. Oh, hey, speaking of toys, I had an insight from something which, okay, so is this insight only happening because of what, mind control? Man, man, shush it with the mind control. There's no like I guess there is. Like if you want to be okay, so I'm not going to be general about it, saying like mind control, like everything is mind control. No, I am going to be general about it, and I'm going to say everything is mind control because that's what I was just saying, and that's what I'm always saying. So, whenever you don't, in a certain situation, in a certain life, in a certain existence, then what happens? Whenever you don't want to be in a certain circumstance, existence, then you're going to say, ah, these people are trying to mind control me. Ah, ah, they're trying to mind control me. When in, I almost said when in reality. What the, what the, where does that come from? What kind of mind control is that? But yo, what I'm getting at here is if it doesn't align with your ideals, your life, as an individual or a sphere, if there are other individuals guiding you, which your individual aurasphere, always comes down to being inseparable from the greater aurasphere. And all this, it's easy to get caught up in self versus other. And that's what all these conversations, explanations, representations come to, is a stagnation. A stagnation. Thinking, oh, outside of me, inside of me, over there, under there. It all correlates. It all correlates. There's absolutely no difference to any of it. And the aurasphere that is outside is the aurasphere that's inside. And anybody, okay, I have two explanations, two hypotheses about this certain type of thing. And that would be where did that go? Where did everything I was just thinking about go? What the man? The man? Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Drippy. Yeah, so that's why I was trying to explain myself as being liquid and the conversation being liquid, because it's just like dripping and forming and moving and like splashing. It's splashing upwards, downwards. I am a stream of consciousness. That's what I am. That's what you are. That's what we all are. Quit you trying to put me into essay format and all that, man. Essay format, novelia, man. And now we're getting to the form of media where we can just live stream and just ramble. I'm down with that. If only my two theories were at splashable distance, if I could splash towards that. But dude, we really got to figure out what those two theories were. It'll come back. In the meantime, let's be mind controlled by this guy. So, okay, oh yeah. Here's what it is. Everybody that comes across you is synchronistically what you need in that moment to expand. Synchronistically. In that moment to expand, you created that. So how is that mind control? How? Yeah, so that's usually like what I'm trying to tell myself. And then there's the other that's like, oh, but man, okay, here, there's like a feelings, okay? There's feelings and there's intuition and there's the microbiome in your gut. You know, the little microorganisms. Gut. And they know what's going on. They really do. So just trust them. And the other theory? Man, the other theory was, the other theory was whatever the opposite of that was. That like everything's out here, you're trying to fight it, But like in the other way, you can also fight it. It's also a war. You could also look at life being a war of concepts. Fuck, dang it, the phone's dying.